My girlfriend told me she was heading out of town for a work-related trip over the weekend. 2 days later, my friend faced a family crisis, and I ended up completing the final Uber Eats delivery on his route. When the door opened at an address I knew all too well in the city, there she stood, wearing another man's shirt. Her name was Lily. We'd been together for 2 years, sharing my apartment for the past one. On the surface, everything seemed fine, but beneath it, there was always this undercurrent of unease with her. I constantly felt like I was being measured against some unspoken benchmark. She was fixated on perfection, surrounding herself with the right crowd, dining at the trendiest spots, curating the ideal life. I often felt like a piece of her carefully constructed image, not a true partner. Over the last few months, she'd grown distant, always glued to her phone with a secretive smile I wasn't privy to. Last Thursday, she came home buzzing with excitement. Her company was sending her on a mandatory professional development seminar in a city 3 hours away, from Friday morning to Sunday evening. She framed it as a major career milestone, even showing me a glossy pamphlet for the upscale retreat center with its golf courses and wellness spa. It all looked legitimate, so I played the supportive partner, helped her pack, wished her well, and kissed her goodbye as she rolled her suitcase out the door on Friday morning. The apartment felt eerily still after she left. A nagging suspicion gnawed at me, but I brushed it off as paranoia. I had no concrete reason to doubt her, did I? I spent Friday night unwinding, watching a film and savoring the solitude. On Saturday, I was pondering how to fill my day when my best friend, Tom, called. Tom works a standard office job during the week, but drives for Uber Eats on weekends to chip away at his student debt. He was mid-route, bored, and asked if I wanted to tag along for a few hours to keep him company. With nothing else planned, I agreed. It was better than moping around my quiet apartment, wondering about Lily's trip. We cruised around for hours, blasting music and bantering as usual. It was a typical low-key Saturday afternoon. We were on the final delivery of a busy dinner shift when Tom's phone rang. It was his sister. His mom had fallen and was being rushed to the hospital. It wasn't life-threatening, but she was in pain, and he needed to get there fast. His face went ashen as he pulled over. "I've got to go," he said, his voice shaky. "But there's this last order, the customer's waiting, and I can't just bail on it." He looked at me, desperate. "Can you do me a solid and drop this off? It's just 10 minutes away. I'll owe you big." "Of course," I said without hesitation. "Go take care of your mom." He thanked me, bolted out of the car, and flagged down a cab. I slid into the driver's seat of his worn-out sedan, the air thick with the scent of countless food orders. I grabbed his delivery phone. Tom uses a separate one for Uber Eats, checked the app, and punched the address into my GPS. The order was for someone named Max. The address was a sleek, new high-rise condo downtown, one of those glossy glass towers that had just gone up a few months ago. I knew the street. It was close to my office. It seemed like an easy drop-off. I parked haphazardly outside the building, grabbed the sealed takeout bag, and headed inside. The lobby concierge directed me to the elevators, and I rode up to the 27th floor. I found the apartment, rang the bell, and heard faint music from inside. I stood there, shifting the bag in my hands, ready to hand it over and head back to Tom's car. When the door opened, my world turned upside down. It was Lily, my Lily, who was supposed to be 3 hours away at a professional retreat.